If you have seen my previous video about cloud, it's not surprising for me to say that I avoid using cloud services whenever possible. For a long time, this also applied to AI. I mentioned in the video that there are capable AI models that you can run locally. And there are. They have actually improved significantly since I made that video. But what I mean by capable is that they are good for simple tasks with small amounts of context. Things like audio or image transcription, translation, AI augmented search, and so on. But as a software developer, I am more interested in agentic coding. And, unfortunately, the small models are not sufficient. At least, not yet. They lose accuracy when tasked to perform larger tasks, and they often fail in proper tool usage. They are okay for small demo programs, but if you task Qwen 3.6 or Gemma 4 to make larger changes in the codebase, they start making a lot of mistakes. So this is why I have not been too much into agents. I have used agents at my job for a while since I don't have to pay for the subscription myself, but I have not used agents in my own projects. That is until a week ago. Yep, I caved in and I got a cloud subscription. However, rather than subscribing to the trendy AI companies and paying $20 for a hello message in Cloud Code, I instead subscribed to Ollama Cloud. Ollama is an open source project for running local AI models, but they also have a commercial cloud service, which allows you to run open-weight AI models in their own infrastructure. While being a cloud service, it's still open-weight models and an API that can be freely used with whatever agent you want to use. The model that I have used for agentic coding is DeepSeek V4 Flash, an open-weight model that's better than Cloud Haiku with 10% of the price. Ollama Cloud usage statistics are percentage-based, but other providers are hosting V4 Flash around the price of 50 cents per million output tokens and 20 cents per million input tokens. Extrapolating these prices to the $20 plan of Ollama Cloud, that's around 28 million output tokens and 28 million input tokens. Realistically, agentic coding tends to use much more input tokens than output tokens, so you can probably stretch this out to 80 million input tokens or more. For programming hobbies, this is more than enough, and for professional use, it's also enough if you are not running lots of concurrent agent sessions. Now, another component of agentic coding is the agent itself. Cloud Code has a massive system prompt which also contributes to the cost of using it. Open code is a bit better and open source, but my personal choice is PyAgent. The reason is simple. The reason is simplicity. It's a very lightweight agent with a small system prompt and a small set of tools. The agent can read, write and edit files, as well as run bash commands. That's all that an agent usually needs. You can do a lot of things in bash, and so can the AI model. So I would recommend using Py and also learning Linux terminal if you haven't already. It can become the common interface into your system that both you and an AI agent can use. For some people, using agents for hobby projects might seem odd. Why would you take away the process of programming from your programming hobby? So far, I've personally enjoyed agentic coding. For a junior developer, it might make more sense to do coding by hand. When you are at junior experience level, coding by hand is interesting and you can learn a lot of new things. But when you have been doing that for a while, it just becomes a more mechanical process. It becomes boring. Sure, there's always things to learn, but when you are building projects, even if it is around a new subject you are unfamiliar with, you still usually need to do some boilerplate code. That's what I aim to automate in my projects, the boring work, leaving more interesting tasks to myself. Typing syntax is not the interesting part of programming. The interesting part is solving problems and learning new things along the way. Of course, there are potential downsides to agentic coding. AI models sometimes have interesting solutions, such as skipping tests if some requirements are not met, or manually creating database entries rather than making them as part of an integration test. They also tend to duplicate code sometimes. The funny thing is, the models can also fix all of these same problems, but you have to explicitly prompt them to do so. So it's quite far from "make me GTA 6, no mistakes." You do have to keep an eye on what the agent is doing, because unlike what some people want you to believe, AI is a tool, it's not real intelligence. I would love to self-host this kind of model, but I'd rather not invest $20,000 on the hardware required to run it. So for now, cloud it is. Let's hope that both hardware and open-weight models keep improving, so that one day it would be affordable to have this kind of model at home. Thanks for watching.